Okay. And like the bug, look like I'm on, y'all. I got the chat on. Somebody chat me and let me know what's going on. Welcome to Ant Like the Bug. I'm on my live right now, trying to figure this out. I think it was I had to make some adjustments going to my settings. Um, so yeah, well let me start with going where why I'm out here. I'm out here in Northwest Canton. I had to pick up something that I got from off of Facebook Marketplace. And I entered this class for Ohio Media School, and it was really just trying for myself, try to understand how to broadcast podcasts or how to do voiceovers and things like that. But I entered this class and I'm actually learning a lot more. Um, advancements of people. Like the funny thing is, we see people and we call them weird, and it's not that they're weird; they're just different, and a lot of them are just artistic, not autistic. Artistic, and their ways make them seem different because they're just thinking out the box. So I always try to say that I thought I was thinking out the box anyway, but then some people are thinking a little bit out the box differently than I am, which is cool because that's what the world's about. Everybody shouldn't be the same. You know what I mean? And those people might be, smarter in other things or intellectually raised differently than I am.
Continue on Ohio 42
Excuse me.
south
So,
for 5 miles.
you don't cancel them people out just like, oh, they this, they that. Um, yeah, that way you just don't vote them out being a certain way because you're thinking they're weird. Man, I'm weird. You know what I mean? Albert Einstein was weird. You know what I mean? Some of the greatest geniuses in the world was considered weird. It's because I just didn't know what he was talking about. You know what I mean? And that's possibly what it could be. So we just don't know how this person thinking, and we don't know what they're talking about because we don't know what they're talking about. Ain't that they don't know what they're talking about. You know what I mean? So I don't make that judgment to thinking that all people are weird. They might do some things as differently than I might do it, but I don't chalk them off as being weird. Um, I get in this class and there's people that's singing cartoon songs and they're like they might be in an anime. That wasn't my field that I was into. You know what I mean? You just don't know what you're getting into classes. Just like going to school, like I said, anything you going to school, you got different students in there. Oh, all right, what's up, cuz? All right, now we on. All right, so that's probably what it was, y'all. I had to reset my settings. I had to reset my settings to make it do it. And most of it probably because I was like, when it came to, you know, judging for other kids can hear this, because I feel like the kids hear everything else anyway. You can't hide nothing from kids. You know what I mean? But hey, if that be the case, so be it. You know what I mean? So all right, so I got a lot more people on there. I might not be able to answer all of y'all, but because I'm driving, I had to pay it full attention. But you know, but as I was saying, I got Vanity for protection. You know what I mean? She got my back. She's out here to see people. You have to sometimes make some of your animals social too. You know, but I just try to get outside the door, and that was really the other reason I went to school because, I'm home. I got my disabilities. You know what I mean? Sometimes I just mentally don't feel like going out. Physically, I don't feel like going out. You know what I mean? And having a job, I can't wake up and feel like I can't go through the whole day and not know what I might do. I got nerve damage. I might be grunting. You know what I'm saying? Making weird noises in there. You know what I mean? I used to be at the police station. They're making these noises, and they were in there under the room laughing at me. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, because I'm uncomfortable. I get these shocks. It's almost like I had terror. Like I was under terror syndrome where I almost, I'm cursing or saying things loudly just for out of no reason to them. I might have seemed weird, you know what I mean? But I was actually going through pain, and then being a lot of people are, intimidated, scared of the black man. So, when I'm out, it's almost like I had to tell people like, hey, I got nerve damage. I'm at the therapy place and I'm telling them because, of course they were looking at me and a little scared to touch me and deal with me because they're like, what is he over there doing? You know what I mean? So, I didn't want to interfere from. So a lot of times if I'm sitting in a meeting, I'm telling them that, So, yeah. But hey, y'all keep hitting what they say the like and subscribe button. You know what I'm saying? Ain't like the bug. Ron's opinion don't matter. Fattacular. Top to bottom, out the pit. RIP _ Bam Dam. Bam Bam, not Bam Damn, Bam Bam. We do a fracker show. That's how I kind of got connected with them guys out the pit, Fatatula and RIP underscore Bam Bam. And man, great guys, man. Really some good dudes. I got to meet, you know what I mean, across the country. You know, to me, I think that's good. You know, here I can't even meet people here in the state that I am, and have that kind of camaraderie or talk with them. You know what I mean, with the people that's around me. So, you know what I mean, that's why I think it's good to get out of your house, or get onto something that, you know, a platform or something that, you know, talk to people. I mean, talk is therapy. You know, me and my cousin got this thing called Philly Talk. I'm trying to get something with Jay from Fatatula show. You know, because we could talk about things. Because we swear there ain't nothing wrong with us. You know what I mean? There's some things wrong with us because we was raised by wrongness, basically. You know what I mean? Raised by people who thought that this is how it's supposed to be. It's just like, say for instance, you know, your parents tell you, don't be climbing that, don't jump that, because their experience was they fell off and broke their leg. But you might be a gymnast or powerful, you might be a superhero and don't even know you can fly. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so you let somebody hold you back and they like, hey, don't do that because this'll happen. Can you play some music? Man, you might not want to hear the music I got to play. You know what I mean? But if you do, hey, I put something on. I don't put the radio on. I mean, I'm stuck on what's that? I don't even know what it is. Pandora. You know, I'm stuck on Pandora, and you know, sometimes it limits what you like to play and like to hear. You know what I mean? Hey, Angela. Hey, somebody asked me to play some music. What was his name? All right, Josh or something. I'm sorry, Josh. I didn't complete your name only because I'm driving. You know what I mean? I had nobody in front of me and around me, so I was able to peek down there and see. But hey, y'all like and subscribe. Yeah, I start playing some music. You know what I mean? Y'all can hear what I hear, and you know what I mean? I get a little bit open to you know, to what I'm about. Let me see if I can actually do this. Well, I can't do it because I'm on the phone, so I would have play through my phone. You know what I mean? Because I don't know what kind of music they got out here, what their radio stations is. Because I'm just coming to Ohio, just moving here to Ohio. So I never listen to none of the state's particular radio stations. You know what I mean? You know, because they don't play what I like. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a dude that like rap. You know what I'm saying? Kinds of different rap is not but more conscious rap. You know what I mean? More real rap. People talking about their lives, not you know, always trying to shoot somebody and always trying to, you know, kill somebody or have sex with the baddest Jones, and you know what I mean? You know, sometimes it's good to hear. You know what I mean? It's entertainment. You know what I mean? You feel like you is that pimp. You got dressed, you smelling good, you look good. You know what I mean? You do feel like that. You know, that's what movies about. You know what I mean? Everybody don't run out there and go get the guns, and everybody ain't out there, you know, trying to be a porno star or something. You know what I mean? But you know, you see what you see, and sometimes you try to emulate or relate to what it is that you see and what you hear. You know what I mean? Everything doesn't have to be told in a certain way. So that's what I like about rap. It was able to tell your story rhythmically, and you know, you get to hearing, you bounce into it, and it's entertainment for all the music to get that groove. You know, they say that music savage beast. You know what I mean? I truly believe that. You know what I mean? Sometimes you listen to music so beautiful, have you crying. You know what I mean? You know, what about that music? You know what I mean? Or have you fallen in love? You know, I remember the first love song I liked was on Car Wash. You know what I mean? By oh man, what was their name? Rolls Royce. And you know, he came into the cafeteria. He started singing to the girl, I wanna get next to you. And I'm like, oh man, I wanted to fall in love with a girl. I wanted a girl, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, that was it. I was a kid and I wanted a girl. So I feel like, you know, that position that put you in. Then you heard a lot of little slow jams that got you, you know, feeling the other way you felt. Made you feel cool. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, rap was that thing. And, you know, for us, rap battle line, we ain't have no money to do nothing else. So that's what we did. We either joked and bust on you. That was entertainment. It was funny. You know what I mean? Say 67. Oh, not 69. What's 67? Say 67, 67. Am I supposed to say that, or something gonna happen to me like Candyman? You said, or Beetlejuice, you said it too many times and something happened. I don't want to say that, what you said again. I don't know what I'm saying. Why would I say it? You know what I mean? There might be a curse word in another language. You know what I mean? I remember going to Texas, and there's a lot more Mexicans there. So, the things that they would say was different from where Puerto Ricans would say. It still is the Spanish language, but, then they got what they call hick Spanish, you know what I mean? Where they like in the area, it's not proper Spanish or Spanglish or whatever they want to call it. Man, you could be calling somebody something that you don't, insulting them and not know it. Like he turned around and he was saying, he called me Vato. Vato is pronounced, I guess, with a V. And I thought he called me Pato. And if any of y'all know what the difference between Vato and Pato, Vato is buddy. Pato is kind of like you, I guess, gay. You know what I'm saying to me? I don't know. I don't want to, keep getting into trouble, but basically, it was an insulting word. So when the guy called me Vato, I was like, what you say? What does that mean? So I asked him what does it mean. He told me what it meant. I'm like, oh, okay. So I asked him, do you know what Pato mean? He said no. So again, you think you know a Spanish word and the dialect or and the way you pronounce it could also change. That's why the people got caned in Singapore years ago. Oh, I am 67. Oh, it kept looking like a comma was in it. Okay, you are 67. Okay, well, I'm 53. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like and subscribe to my channel, please. Like and subscribe to Ant Like the Bug. You can see more from me, and you can see how I live, because that's all I do. I just be lifing, y'all. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to edit nothing. I want y'all to see what I see, you know what I mean? Because, like, I come out here and people are like, oh, why'd you move out of Ohio? They racist out there. You know what I mean? And I'll go, they racist against everywhere my black ass go. You know what I mean? I done been through different states and different stuff like that. And like I said, I've never had someone fraudly come and be racist to me. You know what I mean? To shout out any, ignorant slang toward me, slandering me or whatever. Other than they was driving by
in
and
a quarter mile, turn left onto Walnut Avenue Northeast.
Trying to come at me. And at some points, I feel like some of them other ethnicities help you more than their own ethnicity. You know what I mean? We're intimidated and scared of our own people. If you stay in the house, that's where you're going to be.
Take the second left onto Walnut Avenue Northeast.
And to me, like I said, I don't, I'm supposed to make that turn. I don't make that judgment on people. I come out and see what people are about. You know what I mean? Because I've had them help me.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto 12th Street Northeast.
Just as, if not more than other ethnicities than my own people. I lived in North Philly. I can't say that. Sometimes I see my neighbors somewhere and they act like they ain't gonna speak to me. And people I grew up with and act like they ain't gonna speak to me because I wasn't of the class, the type of person. Like, they might have liked drug dealers. They might have liked that excitement. I wasn't a drug dealer, so they might have thought that I ain't had the kind of clothes on that they thought I should have on.
At the light, turn left onto 12th Street Northeast.
But I had food in my refrigerator. You know what I mean? I had 2 working parents in my house. You know what I mean? And I was poor too, because I ain't have it, they had it. You know what I mean? So, you can't look at me and thought that I was any different than them. You know what I mean? Hold on for a second. All right, I'm back. I thought I lost everybody. I'm glad y'all still on.
Turn left onto 9th Street
I had top to bottom,
turn
my
right
man Jay,
Walnut Avenue Northeast.
He contacted me to make sure that I was all right. You know what I mean? Because I had to let him know I was coming out here.
In a quarter mile, turn left onto 3rd Street Northeast.
I wasn't familiar with, you know what I mean? So, he was checking on me to make sure I was good. And I thank you, Jay. You know what I mean? Y'all keep hitting the like and subscribe for me, please, so I can keep this available lifing out here. Y'all can help me out. This is therapy for me. You know what I'm saying? Be able to talk to somebody. I'll be in my house, I'm talking to anybody. I talk to Vanity. You know what I mean? I talk to 2 other people that might be in my home. But again, we all think out the box differently. So sometimes you got to get out of that box.
At the light, turn left onto 3rd Street Northeast.
And to be different. I got to be different. If people say you weird, then hey, be weird. You know what I mean? People talk to me. I don't know why they be talking to me. They stop talking to me. Maybe I had the energy that they want to speak with me. It's still about look up 67. I will. Yeah, I will. I'm gonna look that up. I'm gonna see what that's about. But yeah, but I love talking to Vanity. You know what I mean? She'll turn her head a certain way.
In 500 feet, turn left onto Tuscarawas
more than
Street East.
some humans do. Seem to be smarter than
most humans. At the light, turn left onto Tuscarawas Street East.
She gave me the love that humans never gave me. You know what I mean? I don't know if y'all seen on my YouTube, Ain't Like the Bug. I came out of the hospital after about 3.5 weeks, and she missed me dearly. And I have never had. I was married twice and got kids and grandkids, and I ain't never been missed and got the same kind of love that I got from her when I came home. You know what I mean? Now I'm going to school for about 4 hours, 6 to 10, Tuesday through Thursday, and when I turn around and come home now, she's all over the place in the house. You know what I mean? She's so glad to see me, and then she missing me when I'm leaving. You can see, as I don't know if some of y'all was on, I walked out the car to get the item that I could pick up that I got off of Facebook Marketplace, and immediately she's watching me, and securing it, coming back, but she's already whimpering as I got out the car.
Continue on Tuscarawas Street East for 1.5 miles.
And I'm like she missing me already, and I'm like, I'm right here, baby. I'm right here. But again, I have never had this kind of love and protection that I've ever gotten from anything, other than having her. She started off as just having a dog and a pet, but I call her my dogter. You know what I mean? Because she is like family. She's my family. You know what I mean? She acts better than my daughters towards me. You know what I'm saying? She always show me love. My daughters, they have a little attitude, don't want to speak, be mad. I don't even live there. And they be like, yeah, Dad, what you want? I make a joke, okay, Dad. You know what I mean?
In 500 feet, turn left onto 3rd Street Southeast.
You taking care of your kids.
At the light, turn left onto 3rd Street Southeast, then turn left onto Cherry Avenue Southeast.
Some of them don't have the same, I didn't say gratitude.
Feet, turn right onto Central Plaza South, Market Avenue South.
Let me turn this
At the light, turn right onto Central Plaza South, Market Avenue South.
Wow, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Yeah, I couldn't get the map off. Yeah, so everything's coming in now. Wait a minute. Do you like soccer? Soccer is a very listen, I like a lot of sports if I'm playing it. I don't like watching anybody play anything. That just, to me, honestly, it's senseless to me to watch somebody that I feel like I could do what they do and get paid so much money. It's not exciting to me. But when I'm playing these games, I like playing them. I like playing basketball. I like playing soccer when I played. I like playing softball when I played. I like playing football. I like playing basketball. Only really the sport I don't think it's really a sport that I don't like. You know what I mean? I'm just not going to watch it. Now, I watch boxing, UFC, because it's just one person against another person. You know what I mean? And it's a craftiness to the art of it at all, because I liked martial arts. Martial arts wasn't about, well, I don't know. I can't really say that. Because one thing about karate, we watched it growing up. We swore when we walked out of there, we wanted to do the karate. Wait a minute, this thing is kind of locked. So I don't know if it's at a pause. Yeah, I don't know if this is pausing or what. But it seemed to be kind of pausing. Okay, yes, I like to play. Okay, yeah. I mean, I like it because it's very, like I said, most of those, it's a movement, it's physical. It's very physical. You know what I'm saying? Kicking that ball and using everything with your feet. I definitely like that. I like field hockey. But then when I was playing field hockey, I was trying to crack ankles and hit feet too. So I probably was a little volatile with that. You know what I mean? But, like I said, I don't really like particularly watching too much sports because I'm going to tell y'all honestly, like, as a man, people always judge you by the sports you watch. You know what I mean? And then just say you wore a jersey. I might have wore a jersey. 6, 7 is a song. Oh, all right. Is that the song with Lil Wayne? And Kanye? Mine 6, 7. I don't know if that's that song or whatever. But like I said, I'm gonna check it out and see what that's about. But Yeah, you can wear a jersey just because you want to wear the color, and then you get there and they be like, "Oh, you that fan?" And then they immediately mad at you. They immediately mad at you. They think you're stupid. They think you're dumb. Then they mad. Anyone talk about everything. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is like, how much do you know of yourself and your life that you got involved in your life, but you know so much about sports? You know the stats. You know who played, where they came from, what school. You know what I mean? And some of y'all don't know y'all address. Y'all don't know your birthday, your social security number, your wife's birthday, your kids' birthdays, anniversaries. You know what I mean? Everything. Your weight. But you'll know they weight class. You'll know where they come from, how tall they are. You know what I'm saying? What happened in their life? How many kids they got? Like, y'all just know so much about an athlete that you shouldn't know. It's almost stalking. You know what I mean? So I was coming out here to the dog park right now, but oh man, she just letting their dog out, so I surely can't let mine out because she got 3. So I'm gonna have to turn this around because Vanity ain't having it. And then plus they just got here. She don't get along with other dogs. So I got to turn this thing back around and go about my business. The beauty thing, they got beautiful puppies though. I can show y'all that. You know what I mean? That's all I can show you. Because Vanity, she can't come out here. Because when she see that, she gonna have a fit. Look, already. Vanity, shut up. Quiet. Quiet. They puppies. Muslim puppies. She got 4 dogs. You know what I mean? Hey, Vanity, leave it alone. Leave it. Leave it. See, this is why I can't put her out. You know what I mean? This is why I can't let her out because of the way she act. The way she act. Hold up, y'all. Oh, I hit mute. Duh. That's why y'all can't answer any questions. That's probably why I keep losing people, you know what I mean? Because all these little different situations. Somebody's pushing the buttons on my phone to stop me. That's what it is. As I see people come in and that's something they go out and they couldn't hear something else, and then, you know what I mean? Then they couldn't chat with me, you know what I mean? So as I said, I'm new to this. So I'm getting to learn this, but hey, y'all like and subscribe if y'all didn't hear me because I was on mute the whole time. So just like and subscribe, y'all. I'll be in and on and off of here. Ain't like the bug. Going Ryan's opinion don't matter. Run through the OG network, Fat-tacular, top to bottom. They sell products. They also, I don't know if that's involved with. I know Fat-tacular is also involved with the candles. So, you know what I'm saying. Also, there you go get some superb smelling candles. And we had the Fracker show on Sundays. And yeah, you're right, Ron. This is how we learn. You know what I'm saying? This is how you learn to turn around and be on here. You had to have the mistakes to understand to fix it. You know what I mean? If you don't have the mistakes, then you'd be like, I don't know how to do it. That's why a guy told me a long time ago, erasers have pencils because you're bound to have mistakes. You know what I mean? You like that, and you're like, whoa, wow, man, they thought ahead of the time. You know what I mean? They know you're gonna have mistakes, so that's why I put the eraser on the pencil. Dang. You know, it's a lot of things that you learn around through life, and you be thinking, what's the point in that? Like golf ball. Speaking of sports, I don't watch sports again, but the golf ball was so that all the indentations in the ball is so they can go further. Aerodynamically, you hit it and it goes through the air and it cuts through the air differently than a regular round ball. You know what I mean? I think the winner keep it. I don't know, but again, that's the purpose of the indentations in the golf ball. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Ben. See, I got some people on here now, and I'm trying to respond. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? But yeah, again, like I said, being a man, and in the black man sport, they just think that's all you got to talk about is sports, and that's all you know. You know what I'm saying? You can find that I watch less than sports than you think. I probably watch stocks more than everything else. I used to watch it where the numbers is running by. You're like, what is that? What's that symbol? You know what I mean? And what's that? I could probably tell you that more than that. Then I can turn around and look into somebody's stats. You know what I mean? Anything. Like I was talking to this lady, and she's like, "Oh, you watch sports?" And I said, "No, I don't watch sports." She's like, "Oh, you about one?" Because she was like, one of the men I've never really heard men say they don't watch sports. I'm like, nah, I don't watch it. We'll care for it to watch something that I can do, and they get paid very well. So next time I see her, she's like, "Oh, did you hear about that coach that signed for $55 million and something that I said, I'm 53. I ain't never had a conversation over a job or interview about millions of dollars. So why are you watching? You know what I mean? Oh, it's a dog. Who put you back there? Vanity. Where you come from? Why somebody put a dog in my car? But, yeah, you know what I mean? So some people turn around and make judgment off of you because you don't watch sports. You know what I mean? And I feel like I got a lot more time in my life. Again, I'm 53. I ain't never been offered $1 million at any job. You know what I mean? You argue about why the dude ain't take a $53 million pay cut or why he wouldn't take that to sign that contract. And I'm like, I would have signed it at 200,000. I would have signed that contract. You know what I mean? You can't keep your phone on. You can't even keep your TV bill, your cable on, but you up here worrying about this dude who's worrying about $55 million. Like, you never had the opportunity to worry about $55 million. A lot of people do a lot of things for $55 million. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and you ain't gonna sign something. I signed stuff for $300. You know what I mean? So I'm like, hey, I don't know. I ain't saying you should sign everything that's offered to you as money, but again, how you complaining and you got $55 million being shoved in your face? You can't take 54. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know. You want to get 56? I don't know. But if that's your challenge in their life, to turn around and get that kind of money, and then what are you going to do with all that money? You mean, that just shows even that you either, stingy or I can see if you're doing that and you're helping other people. Like, look at this country. Like, I'm having to go to a food pantry, and you're supposed to be one of the richest countries in the world, but you got all these broke people. And sometimes it's the way they manage their money. So maybe he had $55 million, but you didn't know how to manage the $3 million you had. So that's why you saying you need $55 million to sign this contract. You know what I mean? I don't need that much to live. Over the course, especially the course of the years that they be talking about, it'll be like 6 years. It don't even be like, 30 years. Like, you got a 30-year mortgage, and your home might cost whatever minor thousands of bucks to pay. you should just been able to buy your home instead of be like, you know what, I'm going to finance this mansion. I'm going to finance these cars, you know, and then with financing comes with interest, which you have to pay on it. So then to me, you're spending money stupidly. I'd rather just buy it flat out or buy a used car. Because if you're away and you're playing sports or you're a doctor, you don't even get to enjoy this Lexus, Tesla, whatever. Plus the Teslas are ugly. Like, they just look like an appliance, you know what I'm saying, on wheels. That's it. So to me, they're ugly. I mean, they're great ones. I ain't gonna say all of them ugly, but you know that gray truck, the Cyber truck. I think they ugly as hell. Yeah, Vanny's out. She's down out the car, so she's happy about that. You know, she wanted to get at them other dogs. So my bad. See what you out here for. I was riding bikes without my hands, you know, things like that. So some things that I was able to do freely that I'm not able to do now. And like I said, just sometimes waking up and getting out of the bed, you know what I mean? I don't always feel the same. I don't feel the same throughout my day. You know what I mean? So I decided, yeah, you know, I got a couple of total gems, you know, they made about, you know, through some advertised through Chuck Norris. Again, I ain't even pay for none of them, you know what I mean? I was always either going to find a free marketplace or free Craigslist, turn around and do it, you know what I mean? But hey, you can do exercises in your chair. You know what I'm saying? It's things you could do, like push-ups on the wall. Like I couldn't do regular push-ups, so I had to push up on the wall. You know, and now what I do is I exercise throughout the day because, you know, you turn around and hurt yourself trying to exercise a complete hour or all these different reps. I mean, that probably, you know, for your situation, you might have to do reps because, you know, you're trying to, you know, build a regimen in order to do stuff. Sometimes you hurt yourself trying to complete that stuff, and then you don't want to do it the next day. So I feel like it's more comfortable for me to do it throughout my day. I make it a habit throughout my day because it's like it wears on your body less. You know what I mean? I could do 100 push-ups throughout the day. I ain't got to jump down there and do 100 push-ups and hurt myself because then tomorrow I ain't going to want to. I'm going to do 60 or none. You know what I mean? And then you be like, oh, I didn't accomplish and do all these reps and everything else. And then you get down with like, I haven't been doing my exercises. But guess what? If you completely and just did it all throughout your day, you'll complete whatever it is you do. And then actually you'll still lose the weight or at least manage your body well enough that you don't feel like that. Because most of us don't want to lose weight because we want to lose weight. We want to lose weight to either appeal to somebody else or to fit your clothes. But if you can manage, you know, fitting your clothes, then you don't have to buy bigger sizes. Like I went all the way up to 3, 4X. You know what I'm saying? So as you start gradually paying more for fabric, more for clothes, you know what I'm saying? So how much you be able to save if you turn around and maintain your weight at something else? Because a lot of times you buy clothes because you can't fit in the ones you got anymore. You know what I mean? So what happens is you spend more money. But imagine if you stayed maintenance at whatever size you are. Okay, she see a groundhog. Look at that. Look at the groundhog. So yeah, it's a lot of groundhogs out here. But she don't really know what that is. So she's just so real curious about it. Like I said, we moved from Coatesville, PA. Not that they didn't have them out there, but she didn't see them as frequent as she see them out here. You know what I mean? A lot of beautiful squirrels out here too. They're black. You got, I'm not just saying black is beautiful though. So, you know what I mean? But we see a lot of black squirrels out here, orange color squirrels, not just regular gray. I mean, some like autumn type colors, you know what I mean? And actually even the trees out here when it comes to the fall season, like you'll see bright arbor or almost red bushes. Yeah, I mean, beautiful, beautiful. So, yeah, like I said, and sometimes, you know, moving somewhere else or getting a different atmosphere is better for you. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, it's ain't like the bug, y'all. I'm out. I'm going to look up with Miss Angela. That's Scaffo. I don't know, Avascafo, Angela Avascafo. If I'm saying it all wrong, but I'm going to look that up. That's 67, and hopefully by the time I get back on the live, I know what that is, and we can relate. But for now, yo, I'm out. Ain't like the bug. Like and subscribe so I can go live. I'm out.